Hello everyone. Today I thought to discuss with you a little bit different topic. When we're going to implement lean manufacturing or any other system in the organization, we have to think about the human related factors also. So I little bit thought to discuss today about the human related factors. Okay, human related factors mean first I would like to explain you. This is called DNA. This is actually, this picture shows actually DNA of the person. That is a microscopic view. Okay, but we can equate DNA into the our organization also. Okay, you think these main two part. Okay, we can name these two part like this. We can tell one part is process value stream. Process value stream. Okay, that is one part. As example like this. Then other part is we can tell human value stream. Everyone know what DNA do. DNA provide what is called that ownership. Okay, own characteristic. So based on the organization DNA also, organization can create their own setup. Okay, so we know most of the time by implementing lean concepts, tools, okay, whatever thing we are strengthening and we are addressing the process value stream map. But most of the organization miss to address that human value stream map. But we have to consider, we have to think when the human value stream also improved, what will happen? Then these interconnections come. As example, this interconnection can problem solving, okay, process improvement, Kaizen, okay. There can be different interconnections. So the one thing we have to keep in our mind, when we address the process value stream map continuously, but if we miss to address the human value stream map, what will happen? That interconnection will not be formed. If that interconnection will not be formed, then what happens? That own characteristic of to the organization will not come. So definitely we have to address the human value stream map. So how we can address the human value stream map? That means we have to set up continuous awareness programs and training mechanism within the organization. So I'm going to explain you when we talk about training or awareness or something, that means when we are going to convince the people, okay, we have to consider this cone of learning. This is called cone of learning. Why this is tell cone? This is like a cone. This is related to the learning. Okay, that actually introduced by Edgar Dale. Okay, now you can see there are main three part in here. In here put, okay, after 2 weeks, we tend to remember. So when we conduct the training program or awareness program, whoever the participant, after 2 weeks, how it happened, how it remember, whatever the learnings during that training, it is mentioned in here. So this is the nature of involvement. Okay, these are the activities we are going to do when we conduct the training programs and awareness program. Now you can see the first one is reading. Okay, if someone going to learn through the reading, what will happen? After 2 weeks, okay, whatever the amount reading, the 10% only that person can remember. So reading is not much more powerful thing. Okay, when we going to convince, when we going to teach something. Okay, so as a employees, as a audience, when we are going to learn something, reading is not powerful because after 2 weeks, only 10% we can remember. But when hear the words, that means someone telling, someone teach, we are listening, then that kind of things, after the 2 weeks, 20% of the things that person can remember. But you can see, okay, when we see the pictures, okay, if we give something, if we convey something through the pictures, then what happens? That audience, that person can remember 30% after the 2 weeks. So you can see, okay, we can learn through the reading, hearing, and see. But when we see these things, if we try to learn something by reading, 10% only we can remember after 2 weeks. If we try to learn something by hearing, 20% we can remember after 2 weeks. But if we see something, picture something, some visual, then it will be remember 30% of that. So this is, you can see the power of the remembrance. It is going to be increased when we go into this from top to the bottom level of this cone. So nature of involvement, when we talk about that read, hear, and see, all these things mostly like verbal receiving, because reading, hearing, it is coming through the verbs. In here, see, little bit different. We can put into the visualize also, but in this moment, I am putting that whatever the see also into the verbal receiving, because after we see it coming to us through the words. But you can see, watching a movie, looking at exhibit, watching a demonstration, okay, seeing it done on location. That means if we can hear and see the both part combination, combine the both part, it is called visual receiving. Because of that, in previously only that C part included here. Because of that, I not told that one visual receiving. But when coming to here, hear and see both things, then it is visual receiving. So we have to keep in our mind. If we can convince people through the visual mechanism, that means sound and picture, both things, it is called visual receiving. And the audience can remember 50% of what they learn, what they see, what they watch after the 2 weeks. So that is much more powerful. So this verbal receiving, visual receiving, that both part we can categorize as a passive things. Passive. That means the person who learn, that person not what is called actively involved. That person takes something from the others. So that is called passive. But when we come into the next levels, okay, you can see participating in a discussion, giving a talk. That means if we can participate, if we can take the participant of audience, then what happened? It is called receiving through the participation. So after the 2 weeks, the person involved for that activity, that person can remember 70% of the things, what they say, what they discuss. So this is more powerful. So finally, doing a dramatic presentation, simulating the real experience, doing the real thing. That means if we are involving to do, if we involve to conduct something, then what happens? After the 2 weeks, 90% of things, what they say, what they did, they can remember after the 2 weeks. That is called doing. So receiving, participating, and that whatever the things getting through the doing, okay, it is we call active learnings. This is passive learning. This is active learning. So you can see when we go through this top to bottom of this learning cone, okay, the what is called that power of remember, okay, it will increase when we going through the top to bottom. So according to the Lee, when we going to smooth, when we going to address the human value stream map, every time we have to put some effort to learning by doing. So we have to practice learning by doing, mean we have to do something, and by doing we have to give the experience to the people. So I think now you can understand. As I told you, we have to address the process value stream map, as well as we have to address the human value stream map. Addressing human value stream map mean training and development most of the time. So when we going to train and develop the people, most of the time we have to consider this cone of learning. So according to the cone of learning, the most powerful thing is learning by doing. So we have to give chance to the people to do something and learn something. Okay. So I think now you have some understanding about that curve, what is called that cone of learning. So I'm expecting to meet you with another video also. Till that, thank you very much.